Hey everybody, it is Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2. Okay, and today's video is going to be wild and crazy. I mean wild and crazy. I'm going to show you some upcoming projects I have for the Texas Gun Vault. Now, I told you that the channel has a new friend, Jack. Now, not the Jack that I have borrowed guns from in the past, but a new Jack. So this is Jack 2, or some of you guys call Full Auto Jack because he's an SOT. Because he's let me shoot some machine guns at the range. And he said, hey, I have some really cool guns I would like for you to review. And I said, okay. And I kind of told him how it works. And I said, I try to get them done in a couple weeks. And he said, well, I have some cool revolvers and a couple of rifles I'd like for you to take a look at. So I was like, okay, sounds good. He told me kind of what they were. Really interesting stuff. Very different. And you guys know I like interesting firearms, mechanically interesting, historically interesting stuff. So I was like, okay, this stuff is right up my alley. And so I went over to his place today to kind of get the first kind of batch of guns because I've gotten through all my projects over Christmas. And I was thinking I was going to go over and get maybe a couple of revolvers and like 2 rifles. So I was like, that's going to be a great start. Plenty of stuff for me to review. He had way more than that for me, and some of this stuff is wild and crazy, and some of it I'm going to feel a little bit guilty shooting because this stuff is so rare, so cool, but the philosophy that he has is guns are meant to be shot and enjoyed, okay? So some of these I'm probably going to do 2 or 3 videos on because normally if it's a mechanically interesting gun, I do a range report and then I do a field strip. Some of these I'm going to have to do from the vault videos, which are like collection videos where you just show off the gun. But we're going to start off with what I think might be the most common or least interesting, and then work our way up to the most interesting. And we got a lot to unwrap today. So this might be a little bit long of a video. I haven't done all my research on all these guns yet. So if you guys know anything that I should include in the reviews or talk about, or things I should look up when it comes to resources, you tell me and help me out here. So the first thing we're going to have is a gun that I was really interested in when they were being made, and I think it's so sad that they're no longer made. It's going to be the Hudson H9. People said that it was kind of a mix between a 1911 and a Glock. I always thought these things were packaged really, really nice. So it's a metal frame, has some type of like op rod in it to help lower the bore axis and the recoil. Really interesting firearm. I know that Brownworks actually makes some grips for this thing. And the company, I think, went out of business because they had announced that they were going to make a compact version of this, and then everyone was waiting on that and stopped buying the original. But I've heard great things about this gun, the Hudson H9. And when this thing hit the market, I guess quite a few years ago at SHOT Show, it like took the gun world by storm. And I finally get to review one. I remember seeing them on store shelves. It's one of those guns that I kind of regret passing on because I kind of feel like in the long run, this is going to be a very valuable gun for collectability and historic purposes. So we have the whole box. I guess we got a sticker in here. Got the operator's manual. And you get a couple of extra magazines. Now, I'm not sure if these magazines are compatible with any other guns. I'll have to look that up. They look pretty standard, so I'm sure maybe a CZ75 or Beretta or something. I don't know. As I said, I have to do my research on these. So we have that. That's really cool. And always wanted to review a Hudson H9. So that will probably be a range report and a field strip because that gun is just different. All right, so you're probably thinking, if that's the least interesting gun, I can't wait to see what you have next. Okay, so give me a second here. Let me get the next box. Let me put this one aside here. We'll go with the revolvers next. Okay, so the next one that I have to review, and this one I'm going to have to kind of figure out the next couple how I'm going to divide the videos because they're all made by the same company and the same person, but they're all a little bit different. And I'm probably going to butcher the name right now, but these are from a company called Mateba. And Mateba, I guess, is a company that either their owner or chief designer was the guy that created the Chiappa Rhino. You guys know that really interesting revolver. It shoots from the bottom cylinder instead of the top. Looks very different and functions a little bit different. And I guess this engineer has been really fascinated by revolvers and wanting to kind of modernize them. So he created a series of revolvers that later turned into a semi-automatic revolver, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But I guess I have a couple of different models of his designs. And I guess this first one is not his semi-auto ones. Maybe it is. I have to do some research. But this was in 38 Special. And let's see what the model number is here. It says Mateba. I don't know. I'm not a native Italian speaker, so there's a lot of words here on the side. But I'll have to look up the names of this. So this is supposed to be like the first model that they had. And that thing definitely looks very different. Yeah. So, very interesting. You got to have this piece right here. Now, these are a bunch of snap caps in there. And you got to have this piece in order for it to fire. You just can't put the rounds in there. So it's kind of like a moon clip. I guess it functions kind of like a magazine. I guess these are rare and hard to get and expensive. So this is that first model. As I said, I had to do some research on this stuff. I was aware of these guns, but I've never shot one or seen one or any of that. So that is the Mateba. For right now, I'm going to call it like the Model 1. It's like his first design. It's long. It looks weird. It's kind of space-aged. Interesting. Really interesting. Very low. A serial number. I'll have to get all the information. But this one is, I guess, as I said, his first, like, try at designing this and bringing the bore axis of the revolver down and that kind of stuff. So really cool, interesting historically on that one. All right, next one. Now, I guess there's a few different models of these, and he has all of them, but he couldn't find one of them. So I think between that generation and the generation here, there's one that's missing. Now, this is one that I believe is like a semi-automatic revolver. And you're probably going, what? A semi-automatic revolver? I believe the model of these is called the, oh boy, the Unica. And Jack was telling me that I guess it roughly translates as unique, or I'm unique. So let me go ahead and, of course, safety check this. Make sure we are empty. And that is a very interesting looking revolver. It shoots from the bottom cylinder. There's no top strap here connecting the barrel to the back of the frame. You can really see where the Chiappa Rhino got its start. I mean, you can see from the back of the frame here to the shape of the grips to even the front of the firearm. Very interesting. The cylinder release is up here. It's ambidextrous, and it flips out to the side, just like a normal revolver would, but you have this big space up here. You really can get into the action, get in to clean the forcing cone. It has this little compensator up here on the top. This is really interesting. Now, when you fire this, the upper receiver reciprocates. So essentially it moves backwards. And as you can see, it's like a semi-auto. So if I push back on it, it moves. And that will actually cock the hammer and rotate the barrel. So the gun shoots in single action all the time, and you don't have to pull the hammer back. I know. It moves back just like that. That's crazy, isn't it? So let me show you. So there the hammer's down. The gun would cycle. The cylinder's going to rotate, and the hammer's going to be pulled back. Just like that. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. That is pretty amazing. Kind of an oddity in the gun world, but these are highly collectible and highly sought after. Not many of them exist. And this one, I believe, is in 357 Magnum. Not 38 Special, 357 Magnum. And I asked him, I said, will it cycle 38 Special? He says that they're supposed to, but there might be like a different recoil spring, but we're gonna try that out. So that's that one. And yes, we're getting into even more rare stuff. All right. Then we get into what, I don't know if this is the last generation, but this is supposed to be the generation that came after that one. And this one is in 44 Magnum. And it has a lot of stuff in here. I got to figure out what all this is. There's a way to change the barrel out. We have all this original documentation, the original owner's manual, the 6 Unica. I guess because it's a 6-shot revolver. It says, future is now. There you go. Future is now. That's where we're at. That's funny. I love those translations. So we got these really weird speed loaders for it. And check this guy out. Man, that's a big boy and a really weird looking one. But yeah, really interesting. And I think you can only take the cylinder out if the hammer is down. So let me do that. Safety check it. We are good. But this is supposed to be the last generation of them. And that is a big boy. And the future is now, apparently. So this thing looks like it's out of a, I don't know, like RoboCop or something. Mateba, Pavia, Italy, caliber 44 Remington Magnum, the 6 Unica. I'm going to assume this one is in nickel because it looks like the nickel plating has kind of become a little spotty up here. So it's a little bit rough textured. So I'm not sure the history of how this was stored. And I know that Jack bought it used. So it has some finish issues. And I do know that when it comes to nickel-plated firearms, you have to use specific lubricants and CLPs and things. Otherwise, it can damage the nickel plate. But it's not bad. And obviously, it could be, refinished. But it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, this thing is really interesting. So I'm curious what this is going to shoot like, because these are supposed to really dampen the recoil because the whole revolver is like a slide. And it reciprocates, so it absorbs some of that recoil. And you also have a different barrel, so there's a way of changing the barrel out, which I will probably try to figure out how to do that. And this one does not have a compensator on it, so we can look a little O-ring here. Obviously, that goes over this, but yeah, I'll figure that out. That would be a really interesting field strip. So, yeah, that's a lot of research that I got to do to figure out how all of this is going to work. So, a lot of projects here, which I think is going to give my channel a lot of very, very unique content. All right, so let me go ahead and put this back in the original cardboard box. And I still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more things to do to show you guys. And it gets cooler and rarer from here. Oh, I have all this stuff here on the workbench. Well, I'll put this back in the box in just a moment. Let me put this aside. Okay. Next up, we have another Mateba, but it's not a revolver. This is a rifle. So imagine taking that kind of futuristic revolver and turning it into a rifle. And that's what you get with this. Once again, we begin on our owner's manual. Future is now. This is the, I guess it says it's still the 6 Unica, but I forgot he said there was a name for this gun. I don't know. I don't know. That's just for the pistol. But anyway, here it is in carbine form. Yeah. Now, I have never even seen one of these, so I can only imagine what the cost of this is. This thing has got to be super duper rare. Super duper rare. But the whole action moves just like a semi-auto pistol, so the whole thing moves just like that. See that? And it rotates the cylinder. Let me lower the hammer, open it up. And this one is in, I believe, 357. I believe it's 357. But, yeah. I think so. Oh, it doesn't say on the side. Has the catalog number. But yeah, I think it's 357 based off of the cylinder there. But, yeah, the carbine of that. This thing has to be a unicorn. This is really, really cool and interesting. That is pretty awesome. So once again, I got to do a lot of research on this. Maybe the name of it is on this. This is the... Oh yes, the Sportiva Griffon, which I guess is Italian for Griffon. So it's Griffone 357. So that's what that is. That's rare. That's cool. That's different. Man, and as a collector and as a, someone that loves interesting mechanics of guns, I think pretty much takes the cake there. All right, so that's all the Matebas I have to take a look at. All right, so let's move on to another kind of rare gun here in the United States. I have to step over here and get it, so hold on a second. If you like AKs and you like bullpups, you might like this one. Here it is. This is a pre-ban Ninko 86S, chambered in 357. No, 7.62 by 39. Yeah, I'm getting all my calibers messed up. A lot of numbers today. So that is an AK receiver, but it's a bullpup. I've only seen these online, and yeah, this thing's crazy. This thing's amazing. So it has a top charger. I guess back here it's very much like an AK, but up front it's different. And you got the vertical foregrip, and it's a bullpup. So, man, that is super rare. I know all of the old Ninko stuff is super rare. Really interesting and really cool is that you do have the cleaning kit, which is in here, I guess, in the bottom part of the stock. So I don't know how to get that out. Maybe this all pops out of here, but, oh yeah, it pops out from the bottom. That's cool. Complete rifle there. That is really awesome. And of course, I guess we'll use bigger magazines with this, but that's the one that we got right now. But the 86S AK bullpup made by Ninko. These things are expensive and pretty rare. So that's pretty awesome. All right, let me set this one down. All right, next up. We have a bookshelf or a cabinet. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what the hell is that? Because I asked myself that too. Now, you guys know I like collector's guns, and I like guns that come in collector cases. This is made by Colt, and it's one of 1,500. And I guess Jack said that he had 2 of these at one point, and these are really hard to find in good condition because people buy these things, and these kind of drawers get damaged. This one has a little bit of scuffing on the top and on the side. He said he had one with a book, which, by the way, is a real book about the history of Sam Colt, and it's all about his designs and his life. It's like a biography of Sam Colt. This was made for the, what was it, the Centennial? Let's see, let me see what the actual thing was. I'm trying to think about the year this was published. Well, it says the Colt Bicentennial Edition, so maybe it's like for his, the bicentennial of his birth. I'm assuming, but really interesting biography here. It goes obviously right there, and if you had this, you got to have the book to complete the collection. And in each one of these drawers is a special bicentennial Colt gun. And these are all unshot. Now, I asked Jack, I said, can I shoot them? And he goes, yes. I feel horrible shooting these because these are really cool, rare collectibles. But he says they're meant to be shot and had fun with. And, okay, they're his guns. So he gave me permission, and I'm going to do it. And I guess you only live once, right? We're only here for a certain length of time, so I guess you got to enjoy it while you're here. So the top drawer. Take it out here. Still in the packaging. We have the Bicentennial Colt Python. It is finished in the famous Colt Royal Blue. It has engravings on the cylinder. It says the Bicentennial 1976. So this must be the nation's Bicentennial. Okay, so that's what this is. See, I haven't done all my research on this yet. And so on the cylinder, we have Proclaim Liberty with the Liberty Bell. We got Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death. The Patrick Henry speech. We got the Capitol building. E Pluribus Unum. On the side here, it's, Python 357. And on the side here, it says 1776 to 1976, the USA Bicentennial. And it has special grips with a special medallion in it on this side. And it's the Bicentennial Colt Python. That's cool, huh? That gun alone is a collector piece. All right. So that's in the top drawer. So let's put this back. And now let's go to the next level. Let's see if I can get it in there like it's supposed to be. I had it out a little bit ago. Here we go. All right, so it goes on the top and the bottom. There we go. Okay. Next level. Still in the packaging, we have a Colt Single Action Army, chambered in 45 Long Colt. It has the cold case hardening. This one is the Bicentennial version. It's going to be the 7 3/4 inch barrel. Special grips. On the side, it says Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, Connecticut. All the original 13 colonies around it. Single Action Army, 45. I don't think the cylinder's even been turned on this. So, but he said I can shoot it. So I'm going to do it. But before I do, I'm going to make a From the Vault video on this. And I'm going to be super, super, super careful with this. But I guess he said guns are made to be shot. Oh, another thing that's cool is every serial number in this collection is the same serial number. So the serial number for the Python is the same serial number for the Colt Single Action Army, and it's the same for the next gun I'm going to show you. So that gun is a third generation, made 1976. Just beautiful. That's just piece of history right there. All right. Yes, there's another one in this box here. Nope. Hold on. Gotta get this thing in there right. There we go. And finally, in the bottom drawer, now this is what I'm probably not going to shoot because I don't have enough knowledge or a place to do it. But by the way, here's the key to all of this. Here we have a bicentennial black powder. Which one is this? Is this the Dragoon or is this the Walker? But anyway, black powder revolver. One of those early ones. That thing is just gorgeous. Man, the cylinder on that. Oh, man. That is just beautiful. Take a look at that. And in the box, you have all the stuff to shoot black powder with, all the stuff to take the gun down. I'm going to clean this box up for him. There's some, I know he bought it, he bought it used, but I'm going to try to fix all that up for him, vacuum it out. So that's going to be a really cool From the Vault video, and I'm going to shoot those other 2 guns. As I said, he said that I could. He linked it to the channel for review. So if you're a Colt fan, like I am, this is pretty darn cool. And the whole thing is just a cool collection. And yeah, this box is not the highest quality. I'm kind of surprised that they would put such expensive guns in this. It's okay. I can see where the side is coming off a little bit. It's cracked on this side a little bit. But I gotta be super duper careful with it. But it is a cool collector's piece. One of only 1,500. All right. Yes, there's more. All right. Oh, let me put the key back in here. Okay. Let me go put this down. All right. Next, we're going to Switzerland. So these are some rifles that I knew he was telling me he wanted me to take a look at. So here's the first one. And this is a gun I have always been interested in. And there's actually somebody up here in North Texas that imports these. And they're really expensive. And I've never seen one in this color before. So here we go. We have a Sig in white. Never been fired. This is the 550. So I'm going to assume it comes up and over. I don't know how these stocks work. I still got to do all my research on them. Here we go. You got to, I guess, release it this way. There we go. All right, the Sig 550. This one I'm assuming is an Arctic white. Looks very much like a stormtrooper rifle. This thing is cool. I didn't think I'd like a white gun, but this thing is pretty darn awesome. I can see where it's aged pretty well. The color of the receiver is a little bit more of a cream than the furniture is. And this is supposed to be one of the most accurate kind of fighting rifles they ever made. It has the bipod on it. As you can see, I'm being very careful with it. So that's built into the handguard. It's chambered to 5.56. So this is kind of like a stormtrooper rifle, man. This thing, the way it looks, that is really cool. And when he said he had a Sig 550, I was thinking to myself, I mean, I looked it up. I was like, yeah, that's what I thought it would be, and I was assuming it would be like in black, like most of them are. So yeah, that's going to be really cool. Even inside, it's all finished in white, unfired. Man, I kind of feel guilty because this is such a cool collector's piece. But that one's going to get reviewed. As I said, probably another From the Vault video on that one as well. All right, now we're to the last one. And this one is something special. Now, normally, I am not a big fan of, what is it? Kind of gaudy, special stuff, okay? Anything that has like lots of engraving or lots of kind of, things made for like, ceremonies or ceremonial purposes. It's not my thing. But this is something different, okay? I'm telling you, when I saw this, I was like, holy moly, because the presentation is amazing. All right. Here we go. It's another Sig. Now I'm going to open this up and then I'm going to adjust the camera, okay? Because I want you guys to see this. Because I can show you the rifle. But you got to see the packaging of this thing. Okay. So let me grab the camera. I'm going to turn it around here. Here we go. This is a Sig 551. And it's for the commemoration of Switzerland from 1291 to 2021. It is 10 of 52. You can see the information there. It has a matching Sig kind of battle axe there. Even has the cross. Everything in this is like special for this gun. Even the sling has Switzerland on it. Got your magazines. Look at that case. Look at this thing. That thing is amazing. Yeah. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Look at that on the side of the gun. Oh my gosh. So there you go. That is something interesting, and I definitely got to do a From the Vault video on that. So, there you go. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? That's pretty amazing. So, yeah, thank you, Jack. Wow. Just wow. So there you go. Yeah, I don't even know how to begin on some of this stuff. So I got a lot of work ahead of me. So I'm curious what you guys think, what your opinions are of this. Because I would love to know in the comment section. This is some pretty awesome stuff. Pretty awesome stuff. Might not be everyone's cup of tea, and not everything in here is a gun that I would personally want, but it's definitely something that interests me. Even the challenge coin in here is cool and unique. Look at that. Look at that challenge coin. And it has the information on the back. Oh my gosh. This is a complete package. Now, I will say, although I am not a big fan of like presentation guns like this that have a gimmick to them, this one is cool. This one is cool. Really cool. This is a really cool package on a really cool gun. So even up here, Sig Sauer, Swiss Precision, just this is amazing, absolutely amazing. So anyway, I don't even know where to start. So what do you guys want to see first? Tell me in the comment section. What should I begin with, and where should I go? And I got to get this stuff done pretty quick, I think. Jack said I could take my time with it, okay? But I don't like to hold on to guns for too long. And I like to get them back to people that lent them to me in a reasonable amount of time because I am honored and humbled to get a chance to shoot them. So that's what I will be doing. So anyway, thanks for being around for 34 minutes on this upcoming projects video. This is absolutely crazy and insane. The craziest one I've ever done. So the word of the day, if you made it to the end, crazy. Crazy is the word of the day. And I know you watched to the end of all these. So what do you guys think? I'm still in shock. This is an amazing, just small sliver of his collection. And he's a collector like me. Like, he's obviously interested in the same stuff I am. So, as always, thanks for watching.